Are your wrist angles in your lead wrist causing you to slice the golf ball? Let's have a look, let's get into it. Okay, so we're out here on the practice tee at Ickleton Golf Club. My name's Jack Lee, this is Jack Lee Golf. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about wrist angles and how potentially it could be leading you to slice the golf ball. So when we're thinking about wrist angles, we need to think about matchups. So the way that we grip the club will work in conjunction with our wrist angles to create a certain ball flight, I would say 90% of the time. If we've got a weak grip, which in the left hand looks a little bit like this, so possibly a little bit in the palm, but also not seeing any knuckles in that position there, and we were then to add to that a cupped wrist angle, which by that I mean creating that angle there. So we're saying if that's a flat lead wrist, that is a cupped lead wrist. If we were to combine those two together, the twist that we'll be putting in at impact, so weak grip and cupped left wrist, you can see that my club face is wide open relative to my target. So a lot of golfers from there have to make compensations in their swing, i.e. swing extremely out to in order to get that very open club face pointing back somewhere along the target line, but that does impart a lot of left to right spin, i.e. causing a slice. Similarly, if you are a golfer with a very strong grip, and by that I mean you see a lot of knuckles on the left hand as you grip in the golf club, and you also get into this type of position at the top of the backswing, a Dustin Johnson type position, where we get very bowed. If you combine those two together, you'll notice that we get that golf club very closed in relative to our target. So that could be an explanation of the low left. So hopefully you're starting to see that it's not just your grip that will cause these ball flights, it could also be a little bit of wrist angle as well. In an ideal world, we will see the neutral grip, which to me looks a bit like this, so we're seeing two knuckles on that left hand, I'm going to say there. As we take it up to the top, we've got very flat left wrist, and we will deliver that golf club with a very square path and a very straight face, leading to very minimal curvatures. But that's in an ideal world, and I know a lot of us aren't in that situation currently. So here's some ideas for you. If you're a slicer, I want you to be thinking about, can I get my grip a little bit stronger? Let's see a couple more knuckles. Can I change it from being cupped into flat, if not to a little bit bowed? Because I believe if you were to change this, you change the orientation of that club face, you might get a little bit squarer, you might get it a little bit close to a path, might start seeing some draws, which for a lot of slicers is what they want to see. They don't want to see it start left, fade back, they want to see it kind of start straight or right and hopefully draw back onto the target. And if you are someone that sees it excessively hooking, stop thinking about giving it so strong in your grip, possibly weaken it off, make sure that we don't see as much bowing, make sure again we see it a little bit flatter, and hopefully that'll reduce your hook. So just a quick recap to finish. Slicers, pay attention to your grip, but when we're thinking about wrist angles, make sure that we're not seeing that shape there, we're not seeing the cupping. Make sure you're trying to flatten it out, if not bow it slightly, to help square this club face up. And you guys that hook the golf ball, make sure that we're not seeing too much of that bowing, make sure again we're flattening it out. Okay, let's give it a go. So there we go, a nice neutral grip, nice neutral wrist angles lead to a nice neutral ball flight. If you've liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. There's plenty more content coming out soon. Until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.